look at this daredevil Raptors fan. Checking out the parade on top of the famous CN Tower. I scaled this. I did the same thing. I'll tell you in a second. Taller than the Empire State Building. We can't forget.
No, you walked outside like that?
Yep, hung off the side. And I will call up the pictures because I know you guys don't believe it.
Okay, good. All right, let's...
We can't forget about Plant Guy. After the Raptors won the championship last week, he went viral saying he wanted to give Kawhi a plant as a housewarming.
Oh, that's awesome that guy was there.
Yesterday he got his wish and he presented Kawhi with a cactus.
That guy was so excited after they won the championship. He was walking around with what looked like half a tree, and the local news found him and said, "What's this for?" He said, "It's a gift for Kawhi." And he went to the parade and gave him a little baby cactus.
Look at that shot. Gosh.
That is a really cool shot.
He needs to order up a bunch of sunshine, and they need global warming to intensify.
If every day was like that in Toronto,
he'd stay.
Why would already sign this extension?
Of course.
I believe. Jenna, we'll get your story later.
Clearly. Time for stories to start your morning. Anthony Davis is due a $4 million trade kicker that he is reportedly unlikely to waive. This is important because the Lakers will need every penny in salary cap if they want to lure another star to Los Angeles. See, how much will this impact the Lakers' ability to make another move?
Well, most of the other superstars are making concessions. It's been known. LeBron, when him and Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh got together, they made concessions to make that work. Other superstars, Golden State, are doing the thing. This makes a huge difference. In a role player that you can get, potentially, if you can't get a max guy, you limit yourself because I got to get a $4 million bonus. Well, how much money are you going to make in endorsements being in Los Angeles? Man, you need to kick that back to him. Be a team player, because that is the best way that these superstar deals work out, that everyone has a little compromise in them, Nick.
Well, and I cannot get anyone to let me know what's going on with this. I would love to be able to come on TV and tell you he is or he is not taking this bonus, but nobody, it seems like people are being very cagey about whether or not this bonus is actually going to be accepted. Maybe in part because if the trade ends up being delayed 30 days, then him accepting the bonus doesn't affect their salary cap.
And also, too, I got to tell you, most people don't turn down money. If he takes the money, I ain't going to be upset. I'm not going to be hypocritical. I'm not going to be hypocritical.
Sure.
That's $4 million that he's earned.
I feel like you can get that $4 million elsewhere. I don't know. Maybe a little off the books.
Big money, Nick.
Maybe
to the NFL
not
now.
Not for me. I ain't giving him $40.
Todd Gurley. You bet him you might. More specifically, his oft-discussed knee. His trainer says the running back has an arthritic component to his knee, but it shouldn't decrease his workload. All right, Steve, what do you make of this?
Man, Nick, I thought you made a great point earlier, because I've been involved with some really good trainers. And I got a guy that watches the show, Chris Verner. And I know Chris Verner, besides NFL films, they doing classic type stuff. Man, he better not do no interviews talking about what my body is. You know what Chris Verner would be saying? If I came back to play, he'd be like, "Oh, Chris is faster than ever. He's in the best shape ever. I can't believe someone at 53 is playing in a..." That's what my guy would be saying.
That's listen, this confirms what we saw, and it's not shocking news.
Yes.
But this is where I don't think everyone needs to model themselves after the Patriot way, but some of the things the Patriots do are smart, which is don't say stuff you ain't got to say. Why is Todd Gurley's trainer giving what I would perceive to be negative updates on his health? If you wanted to come out and say Todd Gurley's got nothing wrong with him, healthy as could be, he just had a bad month, fine. But to tell the world that he's got what is a chronic condition, even though you're saying, oh, he can still be a workhorse, don't give that information. What's the upside? What's the win in publicly telling the world Todd Gurley's got potentially a bum knee?
Sympathy for him, an excuse for him playing bad. That's what it is.
Okay, that's not enough of an upside for me.
All right, moving on to Aaron Rodgers now. New coach, same issues apparently. Matt LaFleur replaced Mike McCarthy amidst rumors of tension between McCarthy and Rodgers. But is there now tension between LaFleur and Rodgers as well? Rodgers seems frustrated that LaFleur's offense doesn't give him freedom at the line of scrimmage, saying, quote, "I don't think you want me to turn off 11 years. There's stuff that not many people in the league can do at the line. That's not a humble brag. That's just a fact." Matt LaFleur chimed in by saying, I mean, this is Aaron Rodgers. He's had a lot of freedom to make those calls, and deservedly so. Now, how do we reconcile that and get to a place where we put him in the best position to succeed? See, break all this down. What do you make of it all?
This is going to be a challenge, because Matt LaFleur, this is his first opportunity to be a head coach. And I tell people this all the time as far as coaches. Well, what do coaches teach? When you don't have volume after volume after volume, encyclopedia after encyclopedia of football, you know what you teach? You teach what someone taught you. Greatest influence in his life has been Kyle Shanahan. This is all he knows. He hadn't coached at a bunch of high-level places. He hadn't had a bunch of mentors, guys that are icons in football. He's going to teach what he knows. He's going to try to run everything that Kyle Shanahan ran. He's going to try to call plays the best way, the way Kyle Shanahan called plays. So this is going to be an experiment. And Kyle Shanahan has never coached someone like Aaron Rodgers. So even when he goes back to his mentor and asks him, okay, we're in this situation, man, what would we do? He's never had a guy like this. And I've seen in this league, man, there are certain guys, 99% of us, out of the over 20,000 ever played this game, we are system players. We need a harness, a bridle, a saddle. We need to be put in a situation so that we can flourish. But every once in a while, the 1%ers, and that is Reggie White, Lawrence Taylor, Aaron Rodgers, these type of guys, you have to make a system that they can flourish in. And Aaron Rodgers has seen every defense known to man. And in 11 years, what Aaron Rodgers just told the coach is, you want me to go to the line of scrimmage, and they're in a defense that I could gut right now. You want me to run a play that you gave me, and that play is not the best play for this defense, so you want me to make the adjustments after we go 3 and out, after we're off to the sideline, and you get to the side and you see the Polaroids, or you look at the computer, you make adjustments after the series. No, the great players can make an adjustment in the series. We were playing New Orleans in the playoff one time, and I'm going to tell you, Randy Moss, he taught me a lot about football, because there were things that we could do with him that we would never be able to do with myself. We were in a highly contested playoff game. We knew when they put Randy and myself to the same side, they were going to try to blitz or try to bracket me. And we put in a hot call that Randy was going to stand at the line of scrimmage, and Dante Pepper, if he saw this look, was just going to throw it to him. They were the only two on the team to know I was in the way. I didn't even know what they were going to do.
And look at what he does.
And Randy Moss and Dante make the adjustment. They side adjust, and we get a touchdown in a playoff game, and they get their roll on. If we didn't make some changes, I saw when we played Lawrence Taylor, Buddy Ryan came in and told the team, we're going to double team him every play. I was like, Coach, we can't do that. We got a quarterback, so that's only 10 guys on the offense. We're putting 2 guys to him. Now we only play at 8-man football. He said, but if you don't block that guy, you got no chance at winning. So there are certain players in this 100-year we've been playing that you have to let them create the system. And that's what Aaron Rodgers should be allowed to do there in Green Bay.
And that play is a great example, because before you had Randy, it was you and Jake Reed, and you guys were prolific. You guys set the NFL record, I think, for consecutive 1,000-yard seasons by 2 wide receivers on the same team.
Yes.
The first duo to ever do it in back-to-back years. And I know you love Jake and are in contact with Jake to this day, so I say there's no disrespect to him. If they run that hot to Jake, you get the first, it was 3rd and 1 there. You get the first down.
Yes.
And that's about it.
That's it.
There might have only been one football player in the league that season that play right there results in a 65-yard touchdown, break the playoff game over. You guys are going back to the NFC Championship game.
There were some times with Randy, he ran some routes and broke off his route and threw his hand up. We watched the films like, why you got your hand up? He said, that's what I'm letting you know you're open. So we start changing some things that allow him to be able to be creative.
You have to adjust for elite talent. Now, everyone that makes the NFL is super talented, but if you are an elite talent amongst NFL players, and Aaron Rodgers, we all know about how elite his arm is, but what this is about is his brain. It's about, when he gets to the line of scrimmage, having 13 years in this league, having seen every defense, every scheme teams try to throw at him to confuse him, what he knows that Matt LaFleur will not know yet. Because I watched this offense when I was in Houston. So it was Matt LaFleur was in Houston in 08-09. I got there a little bit after. And essentially what the quarterback in this offense has is 2 options. He goes to the line of scrimmage and call play A or B. And there is an enormous amount of pre-snap movement and motion that once you are actually in what you're going to run, the play clock is tick, 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 tick. You're down to 7-8 seconds. Even if you know what we're running is drawing dead, there's no time to change it. You just have to go with it. And that was a frustrating thing for people covering a Texans team that had Matt Schaub as the quarterback. If you have Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback, it is putting unnecessary handcuffs on it. So now that's not to say Matt LaFleur's system can't work, but it has to adjust to the talent, just like the Vikings offense would have worked if they didn't change anything for Randy. But it wouldn't have been as good as it could have been. You guys wouldn't have broke the record for points in the season if you don't adjust to your individual talent.
So let's get back to how we started this segment. How does this play out? Is this going to be a series of frustrating games and weeks for Aaron Rodgers?
I mean, there's going to be a sense of frustration if you don't allow Aaron Rodgers the freedom. All of our great quarterbacks in the league, that's an advantage that you have. Offensive football, there's a couple advantages that you have. One is the play call. You know where the ball's going to go. Number two is you know the snap count. So all these things you have to take advantage of. So the push-pull becomes with Matt LaFleur. First time calling plays as a head coach in Lambeau Field or wherever they go with Aaron Rodgers. How quick can I call the play and get it to Aaron to allow him the flexibility? Because if I get Aaron the play call and we get out of the huddle by 20 seconds, then Aaron Rodgers won't have those problems. You can make the adjustments. Tell the tight end, no, I need you off the line of scrimmage. I need you to come over here, partner with the right tackle. We're going to get a double team, move your running back. So it becomes important for him on his call sheet that he gets the plays to Aaron quicker so that Aaron can get to the line of scrimmage, because it takes more time in this system to get to the audible system.
And this is the biggest adjustment for first-time head coaches, which is you know what you know. And one of the reasons Patriot offensive coordinators have very often not been successful as head coaches is because of this exact opposite problem. They are used to having a quarterback who can do all of this, so they give their quarterback empowerment at the line of scrimmage to do all these different things Brady could do, and then when their quarterback's brain isn't Tom Brady's, they don't succeed. Matt LaFleur's never had a quarterback with Aaron Rodgers' brain or ability, so if you put the same restrictions on him you had on Marcus Mariota, you're not putting him in the best position.
One of the legendary things about New England is Tom Brady conducting the offensive meetings, kind of predicting what situations we're going to be in, what they're going to be running, and the types of calls we're going to call. It pays out in these tight situations. You see Brady all the time, move Gronk over. Hey, Gronk, no, you know what? You were tight end. I want you to move way outside. Edelman, you're in the slot. I want you to move out to the right. They isolate Gronk and get him in a one-on-one matchup. And you're like, why'd that defense have that guy cover him? Because of the flexibility at the line of scrimmage. It makes a difference in winning and losing NFL games.
Really good stuff. Interesting. All right, take a break. Coming up, back to basketball. Where should Kyrie Irving end up? Plus, Shaq joins us in about a half hour. That's next on First Things First.
What was the most interesting about that, Jenna?
No, first of all,